Okay. Are you serious? Hold on. I'm trying to like make sure I get the right information. Okay. So recently was 7/10 too. I meant to talk about it, but it's just been so much going on that it completely passed me. So we're gonna talk about it today. Even though it was 3 days ago, and everybody that celebrated dabs celebrated that day. I don't even remember if I took a dab that day, but I'm pretty sure I did. But I don't use the dab rig. I just use the joint. I put it on the end of my joint. Put wax on the end of my joint. So I'm gonna do the calendar. I'm gonna do the 7/10 article today. Today is July 13th, Thursday. It says Smoke Young Stay Sharp. I don't believe it, but let's see what they say. Some researchers believe that smoking marijuana in your younger years can help stave off the onset of Alzheimer's later in life. Believe that too. The benefit stems from the drug's capacity to reduce inflammation all over the body, including the brain. That's beautiful. The drug might be so helpful in this regard that overindulging in your 20s and 30s could be enough to protect you from debilitating disease for the rest of your life. Yeah, I believe it. I totally believe it. 4 months ago, today, March 16th. It said, wearing your weed. The word cannabis comes from the botanical family name Cannabicae. 3 syllables put together, it's just new to me. 3 vowels put together, it's just new to me. And it's also the genus name of a group of annual flowering plants, more commonly known as hemp plants. You've probably heard that hemp clothes are out there, but have you ever actually seen someone sporting the ganja? No. I wish I would be all in their closet. Like, give me this, and this skirt, and that skirt, bitch. I need it. Say you're dating a girl and you find out she's wearing a hemp dress. Oh, yeah, like I said, in her closet, right in her shit. And says, well, sorry to break it to you, but Burning Woman ain't gonna get you high. Hemp plants are cultivated for commercial uses rather than drug use, so save the tailoring for the seamstress. Well, I'm not gonna try to smoke her shit. I'm gonna try to wear it. I'm gonna smoke her clothes for it. All right, 7/10. I went to the weedblog.com. I thought I saw this somewhere else, but this is the quickest way to find it today. So the show forgot to mention it. ashtray on my lap. There we go. I'm trying to. My back kind of hurt a little. Slept wrong. I think I'm gonna read as I roll. Read and roll at the same time. Huh? Why not? My nose itching. I think I got hay fever. Let's see what's up. What's 17 and how does 17 become a stoner holiday? Oh, it's a holiday. Duh. Happy 17 from the Weed blog. On 17 this was. If you consume a lot of dabs, then I'm sure you already are aware that today is 17 and that 17 is a stoner holiday. However, I'm sure some of you are scratching your heads wondering what 17 or 7/10 means. You will see 17 come up a lot today, on 17 that is. Because after all, it's July 10th, the mostly official stoner dab holiday. Below are my thoughts about the holiday. Who is my Johnny Green? And it says, of course, if you are a dab historian and you have exact dates with proof of who started 17 and who declared it a holiday and when, feel free to put it in the comments section. The 17 holiday. Good one, good one. We must read on, stoners. Read on, read on. What's 17? Question. "17" is the stoner term used to describe and celebrate marijuana concentrates, similar to how 420 is used. Hey, you know we got all of April as weed month, I think. I think it's weed month. Not sure. I'm going to find out for sure for next year. For a very long time, 420 was used to describe and celebrate all forms of marijuana, but sometime fairly recently, someone decided that marijuana concentrates needed their own holiday and numerical term, and 710 was chosen. 710 was chosen because if you turn the number upside down, it spells oil, which is a term often used when referring to a marijuana concentrate like wax, shatter, and etc. So now it can stick in your head. 710, 710, 710. Dab the fuck out. Not the dance dab. Not the dab and dance. The dab. The dab with the wax. Somebody be telling me, you don't dab, you don't dab. I be like, whatever. I dab all the time. You just don't know about it. You know, dang, I feel like I'm getting cold or something is going on in the air. I got a dust because my nose is itching. They say when your hand itches, you're going to receive some money. Your ear itches somebody talking about you. Or ringing somebody talking about you. Something like that. Superstitions are fun. But, you know, my motives are different than a lot of people. So I just be like, maybe. What are dabs? Says the next paragraph. I actually wrote an entire article on this topic. But in a nutshell, dabs are concentrated forms of marijuana hash. The most common forms are made with a solvent like butane or CO2, but there are other ways of making dabs. To read my article that is conveniently titled What Are Dabs, click here on this link in green words. Oh goodness, this is terrible. Ugh. Okay, put a dab on the tip. Man, if I had a bubble, I swear I would do this. If I had the perfect little bubble, I'd go wash my hands, sanitize my hands, and then come back and do this. But this is the real world. I have to deal with some type of shit. I'm trying my dab. Seriously? Oh, it's on my finger. Okay, trying to put it in there. It's very, very, very teeny weeny. It don't take a lot at all. I swear. The more would just be, oh no. Be kind of dangerous to the light. So I'm going to take a dab while we're talking about dabs too. Get a dab. Just remember that. Baby dab. I don't over dab. Because I don't want to be dabbed out. Who invented 17? As with most things in marijuana culture, there is no way to know for sure who coined the term 17 and applied it to marijuana concentrates. There are no doubt many, many people out there that claim that they were the ones that started it, or no, the person that did. Such things are nearly impossible to prove. So rather than even try, we will just say that someone, sometime in the last handful of years, started using the phrase and it stuck. When did 17 become a stoner holiday? Again, such things are very hard to prove. I would assume it was 17 though, right? I'm just saying. Could have been some shit where they was chilling and they was playing with the phone and it was upside down and it said oil. Oh, it's upside down right there. Yep. It said oil. The phone was just upside down. We always looking at our damn clocks on our phones and they usually be digital. And it was happened to be 17. That's my assumption. And they spread it. You know how hello and 0334, I think it's the same thing. I mean 07734 is hello. On pagers, remember when pagers existed? Before cell phones took over, pagers, cellular phones, those GPS devices that used to be separated, those Palm Pilots that used to be separate, all that shit. Two ways, all that shit. Finna be computers. Computers is almost in the phone, but they're just too damn small. them screens ain't gonna work. But then again, eventually it's gonna be computer phones, and you can just hook it up to a screen like boop. You don't need a basic. You don't need nothing else. But we do have the computers. Never mind. That's a whole other topic. That's why I don't even go there like that's a time. Because it will take you down a whole other lane. It says, oh yeah, that was my assumption. It says, again, such things are very hard to prove. However, I didn't start hearing about 710 celebrations, and it began referred to as a stoner holiday until 2013. I didn't hear about it until 2015, maybe. Does that mean that's when they started? I doubt it. I'm sure there are people that have been celebrating it longer than that. If someone has been celebrating on 17 prior to that, feel free to state so in the comments, which I'm sure there will be many. Below is a sweet infographic that We Maps put out a couple of years ago and sent over for TWB, the weed blog, to use. I think it is a very good visual for today's holiday. 710 upside down spells oil, a common acronym for dabs, and a form of dab often taken. 710 has come to present the day of dabs in recent years. Present. How to make marijuana cookies. Well, use some can butter. Wow, okay. More about dabs. THC is 15 to 30%. They use butane, carbon dioxide, alcohol, nitrogen. Dab producers use techniques that ultimately pull out resin, trichomes, and THC, binding them together for a more dense and potent substance than cannabis. So what's that? THC in flower is 15 to 30%. THC in concentrates is 50 to 90%. I was going to say, what is going on? I just was reading it, but it didn't say what. It just showed a picture of the flower. And now it's showing a picture of oil, honeycomb, crumble, shatter, solvent hash, butter. Those are the forms of dabbing. So this is good. I get to celebrate dabbing. I get to celebrate 17 because at first I was like, no, I don't dab. I didn't do wax for a while. And then I finally tried it. I liked it. And then it was like, I didn't like it that much though because of the butane. And then I tried butter. And I've been hooked ever since then on butter. So, but I tried oil before, as you know. It does the syringe. If you don't know, you can check that out. It was around Christmas. It was nice. It's very nice. I liked it. OMG. I'm going to tell y'all in a minute. I'm going to tell y'all about this shit. It's crazy. I saw this yesterday. They got the rigs. Pictures of what the rigs look like. Mahash Master Cut GG Girl rig. A mini tube. It's just pictures of. And then the tools is dabber, the nail, the domeless nail. Oh, this is a good article. Very good pictures and stuff too, so you can really know what it is. They usually tell you what these things are with 0 pictures, and you have to just guess. A torch, a vape pen, and an e-nail. Oh, so isn't that? This is the difference between a nail and an e-nail and a domeless nail. I don't know none of that shit. This shit is technical. It doesn't even look like something you want to participate in. You would think like Stoner life would be way easier than this, but no, it's not so complicated at times. Higher learning from Weed Maps. So you can check some of that stuff out on Weed Maps. But I'm going to share it with you on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, and Pinterest. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, that is so crazy. This is a picture of a whole bunch of weed in an ice cream cone with sprinkles on it. I don't, ugh. Sorry, girl, you just suck. And sprinkles make it look nasty. Because those colors ain't real on no weed. You'll never see that rainbow color. And it's not even spread out like evenly. It's just sprinkles. Sprinkles don't look right on weed. It looks disgusting. It looks like, get that shit out of my weed before I hit you in the face. Get this shit off my weed. This garbage off my weed. Like they put garbage on weed and weed in a cup of garbage. That sucks. I don't like that. They talking about cheap lighters is the worst lighter ever. At least you got a lighter. Twitter, come on. Let me get away from here. Post this shit up. And get the fuck out of here. Because I'm tripping. I'm so sidetracked. They dragged me all the way up there. Trying to post this to Twitter. It took me all the way to Twitter. Distractions. So, Facebook. Put this on Facebook. Why is it taking me all the way to the site now? It didn't used to do that. It used to let me post shit and then I get to leave and stay on the page that I was on. Now it wants to make me go to the site like I'm trying to go to the site or something. I'm not. I don't need to see it right now. I see it when I get there later. I'm doing something else right now. So I'm trying to put this on Pinterest. That's it. That's the last one. Save it to weed. This is weird. I've never done this before. Well, anyway. I want to go to a weed restaurant one day. The weed blog. I don't think I have this site on our list of sites to go for resources. Let me save it just in case. The weed blog, it's a new source for us. Let's see what else they got. Ending marijuana prohibition. What government and big pharma don't want you to know about cannabis. I like that. We can even talk about this. Ending weed prohibition. I mean, seriously? Before I was born, we couldn't talk about this. It was even an idea. Well, some more 17 stuff. That was for 2015. let's keep going then. This one talks about dabbing a little bit more. Let's do it. This is a current article. This is from 2017 by Leah Murr. It says the 17th Stoner Holiday and the Rise of Cannabis Concentrates. That's what it's called. On the famed 17th Stoner Holiday, which you can learn more about here if you click on that link. It's still the Weed blog. It seemed appropriate to do a little one-on-one on the most popular kinds of cannabis oil. Why not? Cannabis oil is, in short, a concentrated form of cannabis that is generally vaporized for consumption, but also used for edibles or to enhance a joint sometimes. Everybody describes this a little differently, but it all means the same thing. So let's do it. This is the second time we talked about dabbing in detail, but like I said, everybody describes it differently. So as I read those articles, you will hear a different version, but the same meaning, right? And waiting on me to write this shit down and describe it, it's not going to happen. So I'm so happy we have these resources on hand. Somebody that's more experienced than me, and I just get to be the Oprah of weed. Call me Woprah. The rise of cannabis oil and other various cannabis concentrates have only happened in the past few years. That chick that I just named, hadn't even heard of the term dabbing until 2012. So the last dude, Johnny Green, he didn't hear about it until 2013. She heard about it in 2012, and I didn't hear about it until 2015. So who knows when this really started? But it says, when my partner told me about it doing dabs in Southern California, well, before I ever saw them around parties in Oregon. What else is saying? Hold on. Oregon, huh? Oregon's cool. It was in 2013 when I heard about the 710, which is oil upside down and backwards holiday, being compared to 420 holiday and becoming an official stoner holiday. While 420 has been celebrated for decades by stoners, the 710 stoner holiday is a newer stoner holiday that celebrates cannabis concentrates specifically. Gotta keep that thing around. You don't have a back scratcher? No, you don't. There are lots of different types of cannabis concentrates. Some of these concentrates, including various kinds of hash and keef, have been being extracted and employed by consumers for almost as long as cannabis has been used recreationally. However, other concentrates such as BHO and CO2 oils are what are celebrated on today's 710 Stoner holiday. 3 days ago. 3 days ago. Happy belated 710. BHO, or butane hash oil, is an extremely potent cannabis concentrate popularly used for dabbing. The cannabinoids are drawn out of the cannabis plant through butane extract, which leaves behind a wax or oil that will keep a sticky consistency, kind of like honey, or will harden up. That's why I like it. It seems like it bleeds through the whole joint, and it keep it from being so dry. It loops my throat, around my mouth, and my lips, so it's not as dry anymore. It's still dry. It's just not as dry. Like I said, it lubes my whole mouth and throat and lips and tongue. Kind of coats it, just a little coat. And it seems like it's inside of the weed because it's consistent all the way through. The more you put, the more grease you feel. And it cools it down just a little bitty bit, probably like 5 degrees. It cools it down and it lubes it so it goes, it don't dry my throat up. as much, and it keeps my mouth from being so dry, my lips from being so dry. So that's one of the reasons I like it. I don't mind the oily, and that's another reason I use these sometimes, these wax, whatever these are. Everything slips my mind when I hear these things, because it's kind of greasy too, and it can get into your joint. You can inhale some of the wax out of these. The hardened version is generally referred to as shatter. Because of high levels of concentration of cannabis in this oil, BHO is a popular remedy for chronic pain and other symptoms that plague medical marijuana patients. BHO can also be extracted into a form that can be used in vape pen cartridges as well. Man, I got two more things to tell y'all after this about local. One about local news, and one is just about news in general about weed. CO2 oil is a concentrate made with botanical extractors that use pressure and carbon dioxide to separate plant material. This method, called supercritical fluid extraction, is one of the most effective ways of reducing cannabis to its essential compounds. The oil it produces can be vaporized in a variety of ways, one of the most popular being vaporizer pens. The oil it produces can be vaporized in a variety of ways, one of the most popular being vaporizer pens. I just read that. Although not as popular for dabbing as BHO, this method of consumption is also possible for CO2 oil. Anyway, it's good to grind your weed really good too. Whatever concentrate you choose to consume to celebrate 710 that day, make sure the extraction methods used were clean and that all of your oils pass certified lab inspections. Interested in making your own? Check out this article from Vice. You click on it. Or if you're in Oregon like her, check out some of the fantastic concentrates produced by William Valley Alchemy or Dab Society Extracts for wax or shatter, or for vape pens, the Craft Reserve line from Open Vape Dope with Yerba Buena or Herba Buena. Yerba Buena? Whatever. How about that? For on-the-go dabbing equipment, my favorites, her favorites, are the Dipper by Dabstick Vapes and the Boost by Dr. Dabber. I've heard of Dr. Dabber. Yeah. I haven't had any of that stuff yet. The extracts in the pens. I haven't had any of that. The only thing I've had, I've shown you. If I had anything new and I've tried it, I've shown you. I still haven't used the honey yet. I feel like I'm going to. I just don't know when the right time will come. And I'll let you know about that. And also, other local news. We have still been having issues with getting some more weed to dispensaries. They said they only ran out because the funky ass government, federal government, has prohibited everybody from transporting weed from point A to the dispensary, which is point B, because of something about Wasn't sure what they were talking about. It got like muffled and shit. She was on Facebook, and I heard it again, and I didn't listen. So anyway, something about them not being able to drive and transport weed because it's federally illegal. And I'm like, I think a lot of this shit was set up. I think most times when shit has to do with the government is set up because they got so much clock. They can just do stuff like this just to see how we react. And all we can do is just be like, react however we're gonna react, right? I think it's just set up. A lot of times, some stuff is very fucking predictable. If I can predict this shit, I'm very sure they have predicted it. Like, they're the ones that's keeping record of all of this shit for all of these years before I'm born, after I'm gone, before everybody's here, after everybody's gone. So they know the truth before any of us know. So how they didn't see this coming? I would doubt it. I think they do a lot of testing shit out on us. This whole fucking country is just a big old motherfucking lab experiment. What giant lab experiment. We like mice. You just gotta choose what experiments you want to participate in. I choose weed. It's all this stuff that people be having issues with when it comes to like purchases and internalizing them. Medicine, food, water, other people's body parts, fake body parts. You know, when you start putting stuff inside of your human self, it do something to you. Words like music and sounds and sights, things that go into your senses. It affects you a certain way. The dirt and the air even affects you. You can catch a disease from the fucking air and die. So, why not experiment on the public, a mass of people that have absolutely no control over what happens to them once it's happening? Just stay out of the way, right? That's just me. What else? Oh, one more thing. I saw gold weed, right? They said that it's a lot of things they were saying. A lot of people in the comments. I just saw the video of a man with some weed nuggets that looked like it was spray painted gold. And the people in the comments were saying that it's gold flakes, gold leaf flakes. And I'm thinking, how did they get it like melted into the little nugs like that? Like into little holes of the weed, it looked like it was melted into it, like it was spray painted gold. Like people dip shoes and stuff in bronze and stuff. It looked like it was dipped in gold and dried really good, and it was like nice and soft enough to break apart. But I didn't see it inside. It didn't show the inside. Just stuck it in that bowl, in a little bowl, and smoked it. And I was like, yeah. And some people was like, what? Why would you do that? La 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 la. And I'm like, y'all just ain't never smoked that gold paper. And some people was like, it costs too much. The gold papers cost too much and stuff. But it's a really nice smoke. And that is a really nice idea. Gold plated weed. 24 karat gold to be exact. Like, makes you kind of wonder, what does other gold taste like then? What does white gold taste like? Can you just be tasting golds and shit? Gold sprays? Is that even healthy? Is that even sustainable? What the hell? Is that an addiction? Is that going to be a new addiction? Can that be addictive and harmful long term? I got so many questions. Like, I like it, but so if I can get some gold weed one of these days, I'm gonna let you know. For sure. I seen a 9-gram joint before, but it's like I could just roll a 9-gram joint, right? I'm not gonna do that no time soon, I don't think. I might have with the footlongs. I don't know. Never counted how many grams, I don't think. Maybe those 9 grams. But anyway, it's that time. Thanks for rolling with me. I got shit to do. I know you do too. So let's get our asses to work. Hope you have a high ass, dank ass, baked ass, incredible edible ass day.